In this video, we'll describe a vapor power cycle with reheat. So to describe with reheat, I think the best way to do that is just to look at the picture of a diagram with reheat. So here we have a vapor power cycle, but we've added the possibility for reheat. So what is reheat? Well, it's when we take that some of the flow out of the turbine. So we have an intermediate step in between the turbine output, and we send that back through our steam generator to get heated back up and then go through our turbine. It's normally used with superheat, doesn't have to be, but it normally is used there, so you get that high energy flow before the turbine. That way you don't have to reheat as much to get back up there. So you can see we'll go through the flow here. After it comes through the pump, it's going to go through the steam generator. It goes through what we'll call the high pressure turbine. The reason we call it high pressure is because it's going to be higher pressure than the low pressure. So it's going to go through our turbine first. It's going to lose some pressure as it transfers some of that energy to the shaft, coming out of so work or power 3/4 coming out of this part of the turbine. And then it's going to go part of it, and then the flow will come out and it'll go back through the steam generator. And it'll get reheated again. So here we get heated all the way back up to that initial temperature again, and then come back through. So now, coming out of this turbine, it's going to have a lower pressure than when it came in, and the pressure hasn't changed as it's gone through the steam generator. So this turbine is called the lower pressure turbine because it's lower turbine pressure than this initial turbine pressure. And then we'll bleed off the rest of that energy to come out. So what are the benefits of here? Well, the average high temperature is larger, so you can get a higher efficiency out of here. However, it's not always the case, and one thing you have to do is you have to check to verify, because when you do these processes, there's a cost to it. We've added more degrees of complexity to it. There's 2 turbines at this point. We're having twice as much heat, or not twice as much, but we've had to add more heat because we've had heat of 2, 3 and heat of 4, 5. So there's more heat coming into the system, so that's more of a cost to the system. So you kind of have to run the system and verify that you have got more efficient. And what's really going to depend on what this output pressure is when it's coming out of this high pressure turbine is going to determine if you get more efficiency or less. So having that set to the right pressure is important. But one of the keys you definitely get out of this one is that lower moisture content than just normal Rankine cycle. And you can see here with superheat and reheat, at the end of this stage, we're still in steam, which means we have a moisture content of 0, which is great. That's what we want to see. We want to see low, less than 10%, but 0 is definitely good. So one of the definite benefits of a reheat is that you get that low